Hello, and welcome to Ori and the Blind Forest. Now, I've streamed this before on the channel, but this is something a little different. So, Ori and the Blind Forest has a lot of achievements. I haven't gotten all of them, but there is one particular, and I'm not saying I've gotten all but one. There's several I haven't gotten yet, but one in particular, well, there's one for running the game on normal mode, beating the game on hard mode, and beating the game on the hardest difficulty, which is one life mode. So this was my first playthrough. I beat the game in 10 hours on normal difficulty. Then I played it a little more. I was trying to play it on inverted colors, because that's something the Switch can do. This was, and then this was my stream file. I got 99%. Thought I got 100%. Whatever. Or sorry, I thought I got 100% here, but apparently I didn't. Anyway, this was my stream file, where I went and beat the game on hard difficulty, and apparently it took 3 streams. And then this was a practice file that I made so that I could practice for this, which is on 1 life difficulty. So here's a fun thing. It says, it's got that symbol there. That means that it just ended when I died. When you die, you get that symbol, it saves the game, you start over. When you start back up, it starts after the opening sequence. So just want to open with that. It's going to start after the opening sequence, because it's impossible to die there, so there's no point in having you start from that sequence. So it starts after that sequence, and the goal is to play through the entire game without dying. Have I done this? No. My record is, if that was the case, you'd see one like this, where it's a difficulty 1 life done. 99% or 100% or whatever. I don't know what I keep missing there, but whatever. Anyway, so my goal is to get 99 or 100% while doing this. And why am I doing 99 or 100%? Because I really want to have all of the life and energy, because it makes me feel way more secure doing Mount Horu. Because Mount Horu is hard! Anyway. All this to preface, I'm going to be trying for the Unhinged achievement, which is beating the entire game on 1 life. There are 6 world events. My record so far is 5. Is that to say that I've done that a lot? No, I've done it once. In fact, I've only gotten 4 events once. The 6th event is beating the game, basically. So I'm not gonna, I've only gotten 4 events once. It was the same time I got the 5. 3 events I've gotten 4 times. One of them was last Saturday, in fact, so it's not like I'm completely off my game. It's just, I have no idea how many times I've done this, and it must be hundreds of times. That's why it says attempts today, because I have no idea. It doesn't keep track. Time starts when it says game saved. I'm not trying to do this necessarily fast. It's just, after you've played this enough times, you start to get kind of fast at it. We got a small spirit-like container. We'll be picking up everything that I come across. I know where most things are. I've played the first hour of this game a lot. Then we get an energy cell. We got some spirit light. This takes us almost to a full container. That's going to be very important here in a second. I am going to actually, deep in the forest, Ori found what was lost. I'm going to voice act these things the first time we come across them today, but not any time past that. I'll just be matching the text. My strength is returning. I am Sign, the light and eyes of the spirit tree. I was lost in this glen when she loosened her grip. I can guide you on your journey, if you allow me to come. But be still. Can you hear that? They must have followed you here. Yeah, I'm not attacking this guy, or that guy. Instead, I'm just hitting this, and it just clears the screen. And we got a life shard. Your light shall return to me. These words the spirit tree once said. In the glade past the caverns, we'll find him. There's a path up ahead. Note that Sign actually rhymes every line she makes. So it shows the map, and I'm going to skip past the map by mashing B. I just got the ability to absorb spirit light from a distance, and other collectibles as well. It's a short distance, and I'm going to have to still get kind of close to things to pick them up. But it's a lot better than it was before. I got an energy shard. I didn't attack any more things because I knew that it would get a new ability point. I've done this a lot. I've done this quite a lot. I know exactly where I'm going to level up the first few times. Assuming I pick up everything along the way. Oh, come on, grab it. This is not a speedrun, I'm just trying to... we got a keystone. This is not a speedrun, I'm just trying to get through things. Fun fact, there's a text box up here you can totally skip if you put the stuff in the spirit... if you put these keystones into the spirit gate before Ori touches the ground. Like so. If Ori touches the ground first, then Sign will talk about the spirit gates. Most times I get that skip. But that's the only spirit gate that Sign will talk about, so don't worry, it's not going to happen with the next spirit gate we come across. We got a life cell. I'm going to be collecting a lot of those before going through the game. It's funny, I've watched a lot of people actually play through this game for the first time, and most of them will finish the game with fewer than 9 life containers. There's 15 in the game. And you start with 3. I don't know why so many people just give these things the skip. I guess on normal mode it's not too hard, but on hard mode, my goodness, you need every single one you can find. Alright, we got everything. Level up here. Some of those contain spirit light, and some of them don't. There are those that turn to hope. When she ravaged and killed. The light of the spirit tree lives in all of us. He's the reason we're alive. He's the reason we grew. When he called out to find you, many years passed. We were attacked, wounded, and killed by our foe. Now these ancestral trees are all that's left behind. Come closer and feel the light of Phil, the spirit inside. So I got map markers and life efficiency. Neither of them are particularly important, except, although life efficiency is still nice, because life pickups restore twice as much life. There are particular places where I save because I want to get a particular ability. We got a wall jump here. But some of the abilities don't matter so much, so I'm not really in any hurry to get them. We got another energy cell. If we spend long enough down here, we'll get another, yeah. If we spend too long down there, then these enemies up here will respawn, but if we don't, then they won't. Because I actually read the text that those respawn. This one normally respawns every single time, but the other ones down below don't. And I just noticed that I don't have my redemptions visible. Okay. Again, I'm not trying to go fast necessarily, it's just there so people can see how long I've been playing on this attempt. It's a good run if I can last for an hour. That said, I still get some embarrassing deaths sometimes. And when we get to the hour mark, you'll see what I mean by it's a good run. But generally, that means that I've gotten 2 events. Because the first 2 events are just that fast. Getting to 5 events took 3 hours. Ori, this is a mapstone, one of the many ancient markers created to chart the forest of Nibel as it grew. There's a piece missing. If we can find the mapstone fragment, we might be able to repair it. Naturally, I already have it. I'll show how much I uncovered of the map. I don't actually need it right now. We won't. I'll be using it later, but but it's nice to have those maps filled in. So I'm going to open that spirit gate and immediately turn around because there's something we can do now that we have the wall jump. I could have done this as soon as I got the wall jump, but I wanted to clear out the rest of the stuff back there. It saves us the time of waiting for the spirit gate to open. And I was down there anyway. Spirit wells are ancient structures that were used to quickly traverse all of Nibel. The light of the spirit wells will also replenish your strength whenever you are weary. All that's required here is that we stand on it. Ori, this statue looks familiar. I've seen it before. This is an unskippable cutscene. They found the home. The child who embraced our light. Remember them, many years ago when the spirit tree was but a sprout. Nehru, the young one, looked after us whenever she could. Okay, this area back here was the source of most of my deaths when I first started attempting this. It took me quite a while to figure out the timing on everything. That's why when I started doing this back in March, my record was about 13 minutes of being alive, not 3 hours and change. The spikes in there aren't instant death, but you're not getting out. The light from the spirit tree. It was a gift from our kind. It was given to Nehru, who stood by our side. I got extra experience earlier, so I got that a little bit early. But now I have Ultra Spirit Magnet. That is the point of going down this line, is for Ultra Spirit Magnet. Everything that is on or off screen will automatically be pulled to Ori. Yes, you can pick up stuff that fell off screen this way. And that is the point of this. Because we're now going to be fighting a bunch of things that are probably going to drop stuff off screen or a long way away from us. I want to have that as soon as I can. And we have a large spirit light container here. And now the source of most of my deaths before I figured it out. This and the thing immediately after it. Yeah, these are death lasers. No matter how much health you have, you will die instantly if you are touched by them. I don't know where all of these things are at all times, so I technically could fall down and skip a few steps on the way down. But, I don't know where they are. We're a little behind because I've actually been reading the text. Here's a ability cell. It gives us a full ability point right off the bat, without clearing our spirit light. But yeah, normally I would have another ability by this point, and be doing another thing. So 13.5 minutes is usually where most of my runs died, but since I've been reading the text, I'm a little behind. We got a death laser up here, but it's not going to bother us at all. It's not even on our path. Well, it's sort of on our path, but that's why we do a thing so that it's not on our path. Because it's an always-on death laser! Yay! Most death lasers are periodic. Those are the ones that are hard. Ones like these that are always on, piece of cake. You just block them and it's done. You block this one by dropping that there. And that spirit light container, or whatever it is, that light container is going to follow us, so we can just run all the way down here and pick it up, and Ori puts it on the altar. Ori, look! Even though our light had grown weak in this haze, it lifted the darkness that held claim of this place. Eki was looking for Nehru, but she was gone when he came. He was swift like the wind and sprinted with haste, but surrounded by darkness, he lost his way. We get Dash. This is the earliest point at which you can get Dash, pretty much. And, that's the reason we come down here, because Dash is going to help a lot going forward. By the way, I absolutely do not recommend getting Dash at this point. It's really hard. The only reason that looked easy is because I've practiced it hundreds of times. And died many of them. Now for something I absolutely do not recommend you trying on your first visit to this place. Or at least not this early in the game. We're gonna get Rekindle, which makes no difference at all. It's just, it lets you save your game again. And then Regroup, which is much more important. Creating a soul leak restores 1 life cell. This is the Boulder Run, the Indiana Jones portion of this area. And wow, it killed me a lot. This is where I would normally be at 13.5 minutes. Yeah, so that took a while. So this life cell, that's the only reason we came down here. And, like I said, I would not recommend getting that at this point. Not if you're unfamiliar with the game. We should return here later. There is much left unknown. Down below, we may find the place they once called their home. To the right, there's a place where I can deposit the mapstone fragment I picked up earlier, but I don't have any reason to go and do that. So I'm going to just hold on to this mapstone fragment. It's going to come in handy later. Because we're on Definitive Edition, we can warp that way. Very helpful. Now I go back through the areas we've already covered, but with Dash this time. As you can see, Dash goes a little faster than the game can load, which will cause us to be waiting a few times. Waiting for the game to load areas is actually going to cause problems later, but hopefully I will not die to those problems, because it has literally caused me to die before, because I was waiting for the game to load. And not because I had dash. It was an area where I couldn't even dash. I was supposed to jump after that came through, but that's fine. Being down 1 life cell is not gonna matter. Sometimes I'm down 2 life cells at this point. Somber they found me, dormant and still, and told Ori the tale of her misguided will. Ori, the spirit tree. He must have used the last of his strength to save you. Come now and hear our story. It was the night of the light ceremony. It was our light that she hated. This is a skippable cutscene. Called out to Ori, but my child never came. case you're wondering, that's slime. Burrow stole slime. It was the end of our days. You received the Spirit Tree's light. He put our fate in your hands. Listen carefully now, for you must understand. The Spirit Tree sustained the 3 elements of light, and in turn they brought balance and kept Nibel safe. The element of waters, high atop the Genso tree. The element of winds, deep within the forlorn ruins. The element of warmth, beneath the fires of Mount Horu. To restore Nibel to its former self, we must rekindle their light before it's too late. The first we will find beyond the Spider Coves, atop the tree where the waters once flowed. And it shows off my lap, and now I go. Be careful, Ori. The ground is unstable. Anno, the spirit that died here, was strong and courageous. Listen to his voice. He was able to focus our light. This is why being down a lifesteal doesn't matter, because those things refill as well. We got the charge flame out of that. Which lets us break those things open. And a few other things. If it glows blue, you can break it open with the charge flame. That's a shortcut. I don't know that I ever use it, but I go ahead and open it anyway. Since I'm down there. Sometimes I'm allowed to hit that guy before hitting the lever, and sometimes I have to wait until afterwards. So if you ever see me skip one of those green things, it's because I know it won't give me any spirit light. Some of them don't. And it's not random either. It's set based on where it is. There's no text here, it just shows you this. And kind of implies how to get it down. Care about taking damage there because it's a life cell. Fun fact! To save on people retreading the area, these thorns down here are insta-kill. So, yeah, don't fall in them. I think they're the only thorns in the game, in fact, that are insta-kill. I saved here so that I can get Charge Flame Efficiency, which halves the cost of Charge Flame, now takes half an energy cell. These things actually count toward your completion. Got an added bonus of that enemy dying for a charge flame. I think that's the first time I managed to reach that guy before he jumps. But yeah, fighting those things is much improved by having the charge flame and by having the thing that absorbs spirit light from a greater distance, because otherwise you'll probably miss out on some of their collectibles as they fall. I don't know that I ever use this warp, but I go ahead and jump over there anyway because I have to jump over the rock. Fun fact, you can actually get this rock stuck on some of the geometry here, and because it saves as you move it, there is no way to ever fix it if it gets stuck on the geometry. You just have to die. That rock has to be over here in order to move forward, so you're just gonna have to start over the game if that happens. While Ori brought light and hope to the forest, others gave in, embraced darkness and fear. A Gumon from the Fallen Ruins. We must follow his steps. We must get what he stole. And we have to go get the water vein. Regaining the water vein is the first world event. Get an ability cell over here. It's going to be important later. These things can break open breakable terrain. Going to be very important later. But also right here. Fun fact, or you can get stuck on some of the terrain here. If you get stuck on it, it will fire. That thing will fire at you until you die. So I'm very careful to not stand in certain positions that I know I've gotten stuck in before. Fun fact, this Gumo can be mistimed from the lasers so that he's standing in it while it's going on, if you have dash. Certain movement patterns will allow that to happen. Those are death lasers, by the way. Stand in them, and you die no matter how much health you have. These are crushers. Stand under them when they go down, and you die, no matter how much health you have. Dash lets me skip right past them, though, so it's really nice having dash at this point. I've never gotten a level up there before. It's again due to that extra experience we got at the start. Normally you get the level up right here. From opening that flower. Or if I get less experience, then I'll get it down here after a little bit. We open that energy door before falling down. This is Gumo's hideout. I've only died here like once. Well, other than from crushers. There's a bunch of crushers here. Lots of crushers here. I've died from spikes, too, down below. That map fragment, as you saw, we were supposed to use the map fragment we just picked up, but we had one extra saved from way earlier. If we do this fast enough, then we'll be able to... then that enemy that we killed right before coming in here won't respawn. So that's why I'm using charged flame and everything to kill that thing fast. Yeah, if we're too slow, that enemy will respawn and I have to go through the hassle of killing it again, so... But it didn't respawn, because we were fast. I have tried going up multiple of these at the same time. It's not advised. I died by Crusher every time I tried it. Fun fact right here, you're probably supposed to go up and around, but there's just enough space where you can do that. I don't know that I've ever done it any other way. It took me so long to learn that I'm supposed to go off of this wall and not the other wall, because the other wall is uneven and you can't actually jump up it. Spikes here do 2 points of damage. In hard mode, they do 4. It's insane. I only have 6 life at this point. Hard mode basically means everything does twice the damage. An ancestral tree. Leiru lay here. She was swift, agile, and used to cut through the air. I saved there so I don't waste the energy cell that I get back from this. We now have double jump. Prior to getting double jump, you can't actually get this next ability that I'm going to get, which is air dash. It means that I can now use the dash ability while I'm in the air. You don't actually need dash in order to get it, but you do need double jump. No matter how fast we are down here, the enemies all the way up here will respawn. For some reason, that one the spiders tend to stop attacking you once you start hitting them. Getting air dash is extremely important because getting over this spike pit here is really, really hard without air dash. I'm not kidding. I have died so many times to that before I figured out that I could get air dash prior to doing it. That's also the exact reason that I go and get dash as early as I do, is so that I can get over that thing. It's just so deadly. Because at 6 life, I only get 2 chances of falling in it before I die. So with air dash, woo, that saves me so much hassle. Need to open up that gate, and then we're gonna go get an ability cell. And then shove this rock. That's an always-on death laser. Now blocked. Sometimes that charge burst kills the spider, sometimes it doesn't, but even if it doesn't, you just hit it another couple times and it goes down. And drop this, block the other always-on death laser. But we do need that block for something else, so we need to come over here and turn off the death laser so that we can move the block. And just sit here for a second. There we go. That's how to open that area up there. An energy cell that'll refill our energy. Then we get a giant spirit-like container, which gets us another ability point, which means we can now get Ultra Soul Link. And it also refills our energy, so that's why I saved before getting it. Now I'm back up at 6 energy. Not that I think it'll particularly matter, because there's another energy crystal right here. Getting this life cell was something of a mystery to me for a while. I get it pretty easily. I thought I had to wait until later. Nope. I died to these spikes here once. Pretty recently, too. It's kind of embarrassing. I have had a lot of embarrassing deaths. A lot. Oh, hey, look. I'm about to die to them again. Let's, heal. Air dash. Like I said, I get it specifically for that one pit, but it's really nice for a lot of things, too. There's a lever there. We don't need it right now, so I'm not going to bother with it. It was a cutscene where I was walking forward there. I didn't have any control over Ori, but I'll be grabbing that lever later when I actually do need it. Now we have this thing. With all the life we have and the Ultra Soul Link, this is really, really not dangerous. I've never died to it. But it does take some time, and these boulders are entirely RNG, and therefore probably a speedrunner's nightmare. But this entire area is not considered dangerous, so yeah, we can just save here whenever we feel like it. And there's some life flowers on the way up, too. Got some spirit light there, and then we can go and rescue Gumo. Ori brought kindness and hope to his heart. We have the water vein. Remember, the element of waters rests high atop the Ginso tree. We shall bring back the waters. Let us return immediately. Shows us a map, and first off, we're going back down. Because now we can grab this ability cell. That will be important later. You might notice, as I play, I'm going to be attempting to avoid dragging walls as much as possible, because it makes you fall slower. Over here is a life cell that I absolutely do not recommend on your first visit. Because it takes so much life to get it. However, I've picked up a decent number of life cells along the way. So this is why I'm doing this after Gumo's hideout. Well, actually, it's kind of required to do it after Gumo's hideout because you need double jump in order to hit it. But yeah, basically just do this. Sometimes I get stuck in the wall here, not sure why. It only started happening recently, so it must be a very precise position. You get a life cell up here. Not bothering with that. Grab this thing. I want that thing to move over a little bit. Kill it with that. And we get Charge Dash. It's going to be useful for killing those large blobby things. It rips through them. It's like, it's insane. Be careful about the death lasers here. I've died to them before coming back. Now, while you could jump off here, I'm not going to. Because there's a life cell back here that you're absolutely not supposed to get at this point, but I can. Sometimes he's too short to grab it. What the charge dash is useful for. And you saw they just died. Okay, now. This thing is just barely in reach. I have no doubt in my mind they accidentally put that in reach because, yeah. That was... sometimes, depending on exactly where you jump from, you won't get there. Haha, sometimes they can fire at each other. Alright. And it's an insta-kill when they do that. It does three life cells of damage, by the way. And now I have more life than some people in the game with! Waters of Nibel once flowed through this very tree. Now it's all rotten and dried up inside. We shall restore the flow. The Genso tree's heart we must find. Charge Dash is also very useful in this tree, particularly for right here. It's a pain to hit that thing with anything other than Charge Dash. This thing, this enemy over here can't actually hit me while I'm standing here, so very safe standing point spot, as unstable as it might look. I've died to these things here. Only once, because they don't do very much damage, but I have died to them. I have, however, had to retrace my steps here very many times. Because if you get hurt by them, then you fall, and you have to do the whole thing all over again. Those aren't actually enemies, they're just moving hazards. You can't kill them. Even when I get a level up here, it doesn't kill them. We took a bit of a shortcut there. It's not necessary to do one direction or the other. I just prefer that one. I've died to this navigation here before. Hopefully this doesn't happen again, but I've improved greatly on my pattern of jumps. This thing here has a bit of a cheese to it. You can skip about half the puzzle. If you go fast. Aha. Then we have this enemy here, which has killed me once. Sometimes it takes a while to reappear. It has 5 locations where it can appear from, and it's entirely random which one it picks. Store up a charge flame and hope that it's not one of those far ones like that. I can't actually reach it with the charge flame with that when it does that, but I'm not gonna need my energy for a while, so. But yeah, killing that thing opens the door. Important thing, you can jump and dash once after each time of going through one of these portals. Now we get the most important ability of all. Cries of dismay I hear deep inside this ancestral tree. Dream was agile. He dashed through the air. Listen to his voice, the wisdom he shared. The defining feature of Ori games... Bash. Jump down here so he does that. The Spirit Light Collection is in particular useful for from about here on out. I can sometimes do it that fast, not every time. It's just a little efficiency there. You don't have to do that. That green thing there just shows me where I need to stand in order to get that. We got the energy cell, and keep going up. Well, I can still bash even though it hurt me. Okay. Getting the stuff around here can sometimes take a few tries. It doesn't particularly matter, but... because we're not doing a speed run, but hey. There's a boss mini boss fight up here. I have actually died to this guy once. I was trying to do it too fast. Not that you can do it any faster than this, but it's because I hadn't learned this pattern yet. We head over here just to stand on this thing. Again, standing on it is all that's required in order to be able to warp back to it. So, Sign has a bit of text here, but if you move far enough out to the side, you can dodge it. It's impossible to dodge it entirely, because you will have to stand over there eventually, but... I try to dodge it as long as possible, just because it's funny. I've only gone it one time where I got both sides down before Sign spoke to me, but... oh, second time. Yes, your charge light, your charged flame does in fact deflect projectiles. I don't often use it for that. If you're really, really precise, you can ignore this entire long movement of the thing, but it's really unreasonably precise, so I'm not doing that. Now we get a bit of funny text from Sign, because I skipped the stuff earlier. The heart of the Ginso tree once kept the element of water safe. Now it's corrupted, all foul and decayed. We have to help it, cure it, and cleanse all the blight by removing the corruption on both of the sides. Yeah, I already did that. Now we can restore the element of waters. With this one rekindled, there's 2 more to go. And this is the area where sometimes loading can kill me. Because you have to go upwards quickly, and sometimes the upwards doesn't load in time. It's always frustrating when that happens, but thankfully I think it's only happened twice. I've done this a whole lot of times, so... sometimes that spider will fire off one that will keep going, even after it dies. Alright, let's go. I can get the spirit... I know for a fact that I can get all of the spirit light containers on the way up, but it's risky, so I'm not going to bother. I might get one on the way up. Simply because it's at a spot... okay, that spot right there is the spot that that can refuse to load and kill me, so thankfully that didn't happen. So we got this. No! Ah! I died. So that's a fun thing. I've never done that before! That is new. I've never done that before. Like, I've phased into that thing before, but I've never, ever through it. That was a new experience for me. I've never phased through this thing before. Okay. I can't press Y to listen to Sign while this is going on, by the way. Because we're already listening to Sign do something else entirely. We got some repeated sound effects there for some unknown reason. Which means that the music started late, which is fun. Load, 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 load. Thank you. So a fun thing about... No! It killed me! Okay. So, you might have noticed there for a second I had a wisp in my hand. Wisps are when you die in one life mode, then a wisp will appear where you died, and it will automatically get you your next ability point, and it tells you how long you lasted on the last time. However, picking it up triggers a text box, and the text box will stop you but not any hazards. Which has killed me several times before. Thankfully, thankfully that wisp is now in a spot where I will probably not encounter it again. Picking up wisps is nice, but at the same time, it can kill me. So now I have reset. I don't have sounds, sorry. I don't know how to set them up. Here we go. Fun fact, that spider down there that lets me up never respawns. Most of the other enemies here respawn, but that spider does not. Load, 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 load. There we go. The embarrassing thing about all these deaths up here is this is the end of the tree right here. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. By the way, upon hitting that final bash up, you can immediately skip this cutscene here. But since it's our first time seeing it today, I go ahead and show it off. Actually, in fact, I'm going to take some time to go and refresh. I forgot there was text there, sorry about that. But you got to see it. Ori! I thought I had lost you to Kuro's talons of hate. But it was Gumo who saved you, delivering us from an uncertain fate. But look here, with the Genso tree restored, Nibel's waters are clear. But there's no time to lose, we must make haste. The element of wind's next, resting deep within the forlorn ruins. Deep within the forlorn ruins. Inside the misty woods, there's a key that will open their gates. And now we are at Thornfell Swamp. This is the only wide open area of swimming in the entire game. There are many spots where you swim, but this is the only wide open one. Didn't get a level there, that's fine. Sometimes I get a level there, sometimes I get in other spots. Wait until I can bash that thing. Alright, let's go. Grab this. I do have to refill my air gauge. But if I come up here... Alright. Now we get water breath. No more air gauge. Water breath is the reason why I was running right up that tree as fast as I was. Now that I have water breath, I don't have to emphasize the blue path of the tree as much. But I still will, because Ultra Defense is at the end of it, which has the damage I take. So, yeah. But yeah, now my, now, right when I'm getting the most Spirit Light in the whole game, now is when I care a lot less about what I'm getting, about, Spirit Light. Because I've got all of the critical abilities. Here. It's actually critical that we got Warp 2 here from the Genso tree, because it's impossible to get in here otherwise. You need the ability from here. Ilo was the stoutest of all the spirits, the most powerful ever seen. Now here he rests, turned into an ancestral tree. You need this ability in order to actually get into this area. You learn Stomp! Hey, let's smash things. And with that, I'm actually going to pause here for a second. I kind of really need to take a break, so I'll be back in just a bit. And we're back. Alright. We now have 2 world events. We go. Now we can finally kill these things. You don't actually have to smack on top of him. If you smack near him, it'll break off his armor. But, yeah. That's what's required. If you don't have Stomp, you cannot kill those things. And it's not just here. This water is really, really clear, but everywhere in the entire area, in the entire forest is now, you can swim without taking damage. The reason why I didn't swim before, you would take damage every couple of seconds of swimming. So that's not the case anymore, and I don't have to worry about that, so yeah. You can kill these things by their projectiles as one hit, or stomping as 2 hits. And right here, we have the spider here. And, if you get this really precise timing here, then you can grab that spirit light up there. It's an absolute pain, but I can do it, so I'm gonna try. There we go. Hello, Retro Rewind. Good morning. How are you doing? How late did Book's stream go? Doing chores on your day off? Makes sense. I decided that since I had the time, I could go ahead and try streaming this thing, and it's going pretty okay. Oh, yeah, I was like, it's 12:30, I want to get up in the morning so I can stream this thing. I'm gonna go to bed. I live on Eastern time, so I guess it was only 11:30 his time, but that was like half an hour after he said, I still have 4 more hours in me. I was like, nope, I'm not watching that long. Now we finally use that lever there. Open a shortcut. Specific, that would make it a little easier to watch late night streams. There's one streamer that I'd be interested in watching, but he's Pacific, and so he always streams at, like, midnight or later. And I'm like, sorry. I would love to watch your stream, but I literally can't, or else I can't get up for work. Have I played through it before? I've gotten 99% twice, 100% once, and, I've done hundreds of these attempts of the challenge I'm doing now. I've never finished it, but now we have Soul Link efficiency, so our Soul Links only take half an energy cell instead of a full one. What's the challenge? 1 life. If I die, I start over. It's a built-in difficulty setting for the game. So I don't have to worry about doing any painful manual resets or anything. There's an achievement for it. It's called Unhinged. I think you can guess why. It's really hard to get that thing there, but you can actually kill it in one hit with a stomp like that. Or in the Dark Souls forest. I think Dark Souls might be easier. I don't know, how many insta-kills are in Dark Souls? I'm not counting like falling off a cliff. I'm talking about things that are directly in your path and still kill you in one hit. Which, by the way, I'm about to face probably the hardest part of this entire run. If I can manage to get through here, I will be definitely alive for the next hour past it. I haven't played Dark Souls either. So there's a death laser to open up your time in here, and you can kind of tell about where this is going. Here's another death laser. If you get hit by this thing, it does 6 points of damage. Rotating death lasers. I'm pretty sure this is the only instance of them in the game. Those rotating death lasers have killed me so many times. Longest unskippable cutscene in the game! Light and Dark, in Innocence Born. And though she was lightless, a friendship still formed. But the bond that was made would soon be dissolved. So yeah, that entire cutscene is unskippable. Saul could cast our light. Even in the dark she would see. She lived deep in this grove. Now she rests here in peace. And we got the Light Burst, which is the second and final optional ability in the game. Now it is time to do the absolute hardest section in the entire game. Because just getting here is hard enough, right? But we're not done yet. Oh goodness, no. There are so many death lasers yet on our way. Ability cell. And some spirit light. We can kill this thing. More death lasers. We can actually jump up using the light burst. They'll teach us that later, but we can do it now. Now we have triple jump. Goodbye to you. More death lasers. Guess you have to actually bounce on that thing in order to go up. I've never actually landed on it like that before. Okay, I need the energy here. Desperately. Death laser. Yes, if I stand in the path of that thing while it's active, I will die. Guaranteed. Goodbye. And now we have to cast over this. It took me so many times to learn where I needed to stand and what angle I needed to throw that. Oh goodness, that took forever to learn. I died so many times trying to cheese it. We get an ability cell. And some refills. Come down here. Goodbye to you. And we get Ultra Defense. There we go. And now we just have to throw this up here. That opens the way forward. Now we have probably the hardest combat room in the game because Ori is not meant for combat, so they realized as much. But it didn't stop them from making this. And this is why I got Ultra Defense. Because these things take 3 hits off of Light Burst to kill. And they are really hard to hit. Thankfully, you can actually exit this room to the left at any time. in order to get a restock. It's not too bad. But wow. Look, just look at this. And I've had practice doing this room too. Lots of practice. Don't die, don't die, don't die. Let's get out. Whew. What's most important is that I get one of these guys down, so that where I'm standing is relatively safe. There we go! My goodness. Okay, now I can get the other guy with a lot more leisure. Whew! It's way easier to get the guy who's not directly above you, but you have to get one that's directly above one of them, or you're not going to be able to do it. There we go. And we have this guy over here. Come on, I have bash. Go. We have to hit this thing. So that gets this open, and down we go. And now it's time to move forward over here. I'm gonna shove him off to the right because there we go. Way easier than actually hitting him. Same thing for that guy. Oh, crusher. Out of the way. There we go. And we get an ability cell. I'm actually going to use this right away, because we finished off the blue line. Let's go to the red line. Red line is combat. The green line is navigation, and it's not necessary at this point. It's extremely not necessary, but I'll get it eventually once I've finished off the red line. You have to stand here and throw the light burst at the same time. It must hit as low as possible on that thing, or it won't have enough time to get up to where it needs to go. And launch yourself. And we can open the door. We got another ability cell, which again I can use immediately. Spark Flame, we now do more damage. These things are a pain to deal with. I've actually gone through that gate once before without remembering to actually press the lever, which is the entire point of getting up here. Getting through that gate is way easier than it seems. If you just dash twice, you get through it. If you try any other method, you will likely not get through it and or get squished. And getting squished is actually how one of my runs ended. That was embarrassing. Now we have another unskippable cutscene. very sad. After his passing, she left and never returned. Though they are gone from our forest, there is no time to grieve. Remember those who have passed, and they will forever live on. And we get a bonus warp point. There's nothing else down here. We're going up to the Moon Grotto. I know it says 99%, but it's the easiest way to get to the Thornfeld Swamp stuff that we want to do now. Or is it? It might not be. Oh, no, it is. Okay. Or, it's not Thornfeld Swamp. We wanted to go over here. Remember the thing that we got earlier? Well, there's more over here, but I didn't get it because I didn't have enough energy for it. You need to use 8 energy cells, and I only had 8. Or, I only had 7. So, that thing's dying a little more fast. And down we go. Let's open this up. And now that we have Light Burst, we can grab this. This is back at the start. Yay! Please ignore my noisy neighbors. I know this still looks purple, but it's perfectly safe to swim in. Trust me. Yeah, there's light burst stuff all over the place, and if you don't go out of your way to go and get that stuff, you will be lost. Aww, look at this little drawing. That's a pipe, like, from Mario in the background. I never noticed that before. Alright. Oh, wait. We have a thing over here. Load. There we go. And over here, where we got dash. This thing. There we go. A whole lot easier to navigate this place now that the lights are on, huh? Yeah, light. Like that. We get an ability cell. Oh, wait. We can go in here. And we get an energy cell. Then we get an ability cell. You... Oh, didn't kill him. Alright, I wanna smack that, but not go down it. Goodbye to you. Okay, you can't see up there, but there is actually a light. I need to send this up. There we go. These things are actually here for my benefit. We're gonna get an ability cell. Ultra Light Burst. I need 2 ability points for Cinder Flame. Yeah, Light Burst now does more damage. Goodbye to you. This out of the corner, and then shove it. Because there is a death laser down there. Again, always on death lasers are the easiest to deal with because there's always a barrier you can put in the way. I don't actually know where I'm going from here. Let's see. Oh, there. I forgot about that. I've only memorized the first hour or so of playing, up until Light Burst. Then I just sort of willy-nilly go around the map because it doesn't really matter at that point when I do things. I just have to get them done. You know, we'll go ahead and take that shortcut. Cinder Flame. Next up is Ultra Stomp. Takes two ability points. utility cell. Off we go. Now I can swim down here. We can't get everything over here, but we can get this life cell. And if we come all the way up here, you can get that. That was weird. Okay. We have some more always on death lasers. Take care of. Nice and easy, though. Give us these stakes, we just have to drive them down. And we got a life cell, and we went full circle. We're back over here. Now I want to jump up to Thornfelt Swamp. Actually, since I'm here, let's jump up to Ginso Tree. Ginso Tree now has a whole bunch of water running through it, but we're not going to have any dangers like we had before. Which means I can freely collect all the stuff up here. That I left behind because I didn't want to take the time to accidentally kill myself. This is the last collectible here, but we have our wisp here. You found a wisp! Wisps are what remain of past guardian spirits. This guardian spirit lived for 0 hours and 50 minutes, but died trying to protect Nibel. And you might note, yep, it completely filled what was there. It will completely fill it regardless of what's of how much is left, and stop immediately upon attaining filling it, which was great because we had just emptied it. Alright, so we get Ultra Stomp now. Rapid Flame's our next one, it takes 2. But yeah, that's why I left it behind, because I knew I would be able to pick it up later. It's not a one-time travel through here. By the way, the Ginso tree is the only one where you can come back later. You cannot come back later on either of the others. Why does it say 92%? I don't know of anything that I left behind. The Ginso tree is one of those weird ones where I'm pretty certain I've filled out the entire map, but for some reason it says 92%. I might have an idea. There's a spot near the bottom where I never went because I took a shortcut instead. So I'll go ahead and check that out, see if that fills in the other 8% on the Ginso tree. But it's easy to get from, to that from down here. Cell, and we can get Rapid Flame. Then we need 3 for Charged Flame Blast. We can go in here. Here's what the Ginso tree is supposed to look like. Yeah, we never went through this section earlier. We totally could have, we just didn't. That says 97%. I have no idea what's up. Oh, never mind, I do. It's okay. We're not doing that. It's more map stuff that I didn't pass through because I didn't need to. Anyway. Let's go and grab the other things that I can get. So, Rapid Flame means that there is no longer any cooldown on the flame. We can get this. There's nothing down there, even though the water is now clear. This. Have a shortcut here, but it's more important that we come over here because there's this thing over here that we can do now. Since we now have the Light Burst. We can get that. And I want to come out this way. Don't care about you. That was helpful. Don't kill me, please. You know what? We'll take you instead. Ability cell up here. Now we have a really fun thing. Yeah, that just barely didn't kill me. Okay. I timed that wrong. Now we get a cutscene, because this is the way you're supposed to leave. Still hunting the light, blinded by hate. Yeah, you're not supposed to be able to warp, so that's supposed to be the only way you can leave. Is there and up here, so... Definitive Edition added the ability to warp around the map. Got an ability cell. Stomp here. This is the only time that you stomp twice instead of 3 times. Here, get an ability cell. Which gives us Charge Flame Blast. Next up is Ultra Split Flame. Like I said, lots of ability cells in rapid succession. Let's see. I think we've actually gotten all of the collections. Yeah, let's go. So, I want to go... you know what? We're not warping. We're just going to go left. No, I can't get out of here by just going left. So we're going to go up to Thornfell. So I guess my 99% is that I didn't get all the map completion. That's fine. Off to Hollow Grove. Time to actually make some progress. Now that we have 9 energy cells and 12 life. And lots of abilities. Valley of the Wind. That's a required stake. You can't move forward without doing that. It's a fun fact, you can actually launch these. Ow. There's that. And the Light Burst is going to let us cheese a few things and open a few things that we couldn't otherwise. Though, notably, the lanterns you can't open without Light Burst. But, there's going to be a number of things that we can cheese with Light Burst as well. And this is one of the first instances of that, is down here. And we were supposed to go down below, using that lever to my left, but it's far easier to just Light Burst over the top and take the exit route. It says you can't make it near enemies, but there wasn't any enemy nearby, it just killed it. Or, knocked it off the edge. Ah. Alright. Ah. So if any enemy touches the water that's not normally in water, it dies. If any enemy touches spikes, it dies. It's just a one-hit kill for those things. So you can bash enemies into spikes and they just die. Ooh, that was close. While I'm standing up here, I'm gonna wait. And then heal. Same thing over here. There we go. Now I have some actual health. This is why I am so insistent on grabbing all of the health and energy, by the way. You see how frequently I'm running low. As long as Kuro is out there, the path to the Misty Woods will be blocked. But look up there. We might be able to distract her if we loosen that rock. The sign says loosen. Yeah, we're gonna do a little more than loosen. Oh goodness. Yeah, if that had gone a little more poorly, I would have died. Because if Kuro catches you, you die. Period. It was absolutely critical I didn't fall. Okay, there we go. It's funny, this feather here is critically important to the plot of Ori and the Will-o'-the-Wisps. You collected Kuro's feather. To use this item, press B and then ZR. You don't actually have to press B first. The ZR is the glide button. Kuro's feather will allow Ori to glide freely or ride wind currents. As long as you are in the air, you can press ZR. You don't have to press B first. The haze of the Misty Woods deceived the minds of all. Those lost within were never found. Misty Woods. Have to go. Hope the rest of your stream goes well. I get this achievement. Getting this achievement would be something, because I did not do this stream expecting to get there. This will be the 5th time that I've gotten this far. You don't have to listen to the sign here. The Shrouded Lantern. This mysterious haze bellows out of its stem. If we find a way to light it, the path might clear up once again. Thankfully, it's not a death laser. There are no death lasers in these woods, thankfully. Oh, actually, no. Whoops, I lied. No, that's, there are death lasers in these woods, I just totally forgot about them. Okay. Because they're not really an issue if you know what you're doing. Every time you get a keystone or other important item in this game, in this area, the woods will shift. And by shift, I mean they change shape. There's an achievement for getting this back here. It's the only item in the entire Misty Woods that counts towards your completion. You can only get it if you have Light Burst, though. Deceived by the mist, they were lost in the woods. Viewing this starts the next warp. Atsu's torch! It was lost in this place. If we carry it to the Shrouded Lantern, it might show us the way. Don't worry, there's nothing up there. It's actually the path is actually completely blocked. By the way, if you check your map while you're in here, nothing's showing. There is no map for this place. Getting this one up here is actually really hard. I don't often do it. We got Ultra Split Flame now. Further increases Spirit Flame damage and allows it to hit 4 targets at once. And now we're doing our last section of the ability tree, which is solely for navigation, basically. There's Spirit Light Efficiency, which increases the Spirit Light gain from Absorbed Spirit Light. As you can see, I really don't need it. I only have 2 world events right now, out of 6. Let's not die, please. Oh, two ability points for energy efficiency, that's fine. And down we go. Tatsu used to climb the mountains high atop Sorrow Pass. When her brother's torch faded, she fell to the mists, where she lost her path. Getting more lore on Tatsu than we did in Xenoblade 3, in Xenoblade X. Xenoblade X is, has a character named Tatsu, but I thought it's funny because Xenoblade X gave basically no lore on, like, any of its characters. So I think it's funny just whenever I see any of their names come up in other games, I'm like, oh man, we're getting more lore on those characters than we got in Xenoblade X. Alright, anyway, climb uses the same button as glide. These mushrooms are fun because they appear and disappear based off of anytime you jump. That enemy is fun because he always jumps into the spikes there. 100% of the time. We got another warp because of the because of getting wall climb. screwed that up. Because coming off the top of this isn't actually a jump, it wouldn't let me, it didn't shift these things. Goodbye to you. Same thing up here, you have to be careful to actually jump instead of just running off the top. And these are special here. We've just got a pattern, we have to run through all of them. And that's Keystone, so we've got another warp. Great. So, death lasers. Jumping in the air doesn't count for those things, but jumping off the ground does. And goodbye to you. Goodbye to you. If you stomp, it'll clear out any of the gunk that's left on the ground. I did not mean to get hurt by that. Goodbye to you. That light down there is so you can bash off of it. You don't need it, but it's nice. This is by far the meanest section here. That said, it's also right at the end, but still. If you don't press ZR after falling off the edge, then you won't start gliding. And also, when you grab this, it looks like the warp is below you, it's actually the top left of this room. That killed me so many times. I actually had to do a practice run I actually had to do a practice run through this area. Just so I could find the exit so I wouldn't die there. Health. So there's a thing back here. I've never actually gotten it, and it doesn't count toward completion. So yeah. Because the way that you get that is that you go through the long way. But since I have Light Burst, I don't have to go through the long way, so I don't. things, but we have a little more combat capability than last time we were here, facing them, don't we? And it's open. Creepy tree in the background, but we're through. It's impossible to get here without having all the keystones for the Spirit Gate. And now we have the lantern, and it warps. And now the woods have their final form. Which is a really straightforward jog back to the front. And here is the 5th time I have ever gotten this. We lit the shrouded lantern. It lifted the haze. Ori, the key to the Forlorn Ruins. The Gumon seal has been revealed. Found the Gumon seal. Using this key, you can gain entrance to the Forlorn Ruins. The Element of Winds is deep within the Forlorn Ruins, south of this place. It's not too far from here. I can show you the way. It says I've got 100% completion of this area. If you don't have 100% completion, and you want to go back through the area, you can press Y to interact with the Shrouded Lantern, and unlight it, and now the place is back to its misty self. If you light it again, we actually have a map. It actually does include the area where the ability cell is, so I'm not totally sure why you would do anything other than have it lit. So, yeah, anyway. And we're back out here. This being only the 5th time I've gotten this far, I don't expect this to go particularly well, but I can try. You just squat here under the platform and can't hit you. Wow, that was a long shot. Okay. That's a shortcut. We don't actually need it right now, but hey, may as well. Got an ability cell. Finally get energy efficiency. Energy pickups are now worth 1.5 energy cells. You can see that green thing there? How do you get it open? Well, yeah, just like that. There are 2 map stones in this area. It's important that you get them because the Forlorn Ruins doesn't actually have a map stone fragment, even though it has a map stone in it. here. We need one more of him. Yep, you can bash those guys all the way over there, and we get the map. So here's the area going ahead. Another ability cell. We have maximum combat capabilities right now, so... There we go. And we're supposed to lure an enemy over here and bash him, but we have Light Burst. I will declare that with this amount of progress, this will be my last run for today. I don't particularly want to be going on this super late because I am going to be streaming later today. Yeah, so the reason why that guy respawns is because, as I said, you require him in order to move forward. If you don't have Light Burst. Once lush and green, now covered in ice. Those who didn't escape paid with their lives. This place has killed me 3 times! Let's not make it a 4th. We have ability markers now. Ability cells now show up on the map. Forlorn Ruins. The Forlorn Ruins. Here's where the Gumon live. They build miraculous structures and infuse them with the light of the Spirit Tree, which keeps them safe. Oh no. These Gumon were frozen, unable to escape. When the element of winds lost its light, these ruins must have turned into their grave. The Gumon were crafty inventors. They had foreseen a bright future that never came. Look at this light vessel. They were able to store the light of the Spirit Tree within. We had a light vessel earlier when we were getting Dash. Now we have another one. This one does something else. Well, I guess it does something pretty similar. Except instead of making invisible things visible, it turns red things that kill you instantly into areas that are safe to traverse. And it also lets you walk on ceilings. But yes, if I jump on these red things when I am not holding that light vessel, I die instantly. That is how I have died the past 3 times, just in case you're wondering. Because I had to drop it in order to get out of spikes, and then I jumped onto red things. When I am on the walls and ceiling, it acts as though I am on the floor. What I mean by that is, on the ceiling, my left and right are reversed. Yeah, that's far safer than trying to navigate that normally. Alright. Light Burst. allows us to entirely skip that section there. And this section here, too. I will skip as much of this as I possibly can, okay? At least the spirit vessel follows me around, so... I've never actually died on this section over here, so I will actually bother to do it properly, instead of skipping it with the light burst. That said, the last time I was in this these ruins, I died on the section just to the right of here. You cannot double jump while you are holding this thing. Let me out. You can save while you're holding it, thankfully. Yeah, so what I did when I died just last time I was here is I overshot this jump, which I almost did again, and then I fell in those spikes, and then to get out of it, I let go of the light orb, and then I touched the red thing. So, yeah, touching the red thing kills you instantly. I need to be on the bottom. Now we get the map. This place has death lasers too, just in case you were wondering. Oh, whoops. I'm not supposed to be down here. Okay, fine. Get some health back. And now... if you jump, you won't change orientation, so... You cannot stomp while you're holding it, just in case you were wondering. I figure it was safer to kill it that way. So yeah, death lasers and death platforms. Lots of fun. Unfortunately, the light vessel does not turn the death lasers into something safe to stand on. How do I get out of it? Oh wait, I know how I get out of it. Whew. Alright. Then we have to glide through here. Or not glide. Fall. Fall to the right. Thankfully, the death platforms do not kill you instantly. As long as you, are still within the shrinking ring of light there. But yes, death lasers that rotate. Yay! And it's not like the last time we saw rotating death lasers either. So yeah, be extremely, extremely careful in this area, because, death lasers. Now we have to grab that keystone. Got all 4. Time to move forward. With more death lasers. I believe there's a thing off to the right. Just to be careful, I'm going to do this, and down we go. Okay. On we go. And with that. Here we go. Don't have to carry that thing around anymore. Made a little bridge for us. This shrine must have powered all they had built. Look at it now. Look what it did. Yeah, all the stuff is safe to stand on now. But, yeah. I wonder if Guma knows of their fate. We know he does. I hope he can forgive us, that we live and they are gone. So, yeah, there's a thing over to the right. Totally not required to get it. I'm going to. You stand here, you're safe. I know it doesn't look like it, but you are. I'm considering giving that the skip. You know what, the point is to get the Unhinged achievement, not to get everything. Yeah, I'm gonna just move on. It's just, there's like 6 death lasers that way, and I'd rather just not, okay? I know I wrote 100% for my tags, but you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and remove that tag, because, oh, goodness. No, I'm not doing that. The element of winds lies before us, stored in the heart of this place. Also, I'm pretty sure it's not like a life vessel or anything over there. It's just like a large spear-like container or something. No, because then they'd be on the map. Okay, so it must be something good, but it's still, I don't care enough, okay? There's so many death lasers. I've also never died to this before. I mean, obviously I died my first time through, but this particular sequence, I did first try, okay? I've never gotten to this point before and died on the one life. Because it's really not that hard. Unlike with the Ginso tree, where you have to keep moving or it will kill you, that's not the case here. These ruins are all that is left of the Gumon, reminding us of their fate. Losing ones that he loved, Gumo is the last of his kind. Ori, we shall bring back the light, for Nibel and the memory of the Gumon. Let us restore the element of winds. By the words, he decided to act, while we were still here, of course. Why did you have to do that while we were still here? It causes the collapse that we have to deal with now. Thankfully, those things aren't death lasers, they just cause damage. A lot of things don't kill you instantly here, they just do damage, but, it's still painful to do this. If you're not fast enough there, that will kill you. No! No! What did I just say about not dying there? And that ends it for today. If you see, it says we died in the Forlorn Ruins. Yay! I wanted to actually move forward, but I don't have enough time left. I will still be doing my stream this afternoon, so... yeah, that's gonna end it for today. Wanted to at least finish the Forlorn Ruins. Oh well. Anyway, that's going to close it for today. I might do another bonus stream of this in the future, or I also have a point redemption. If you spend 10,000 points, then you can get me to try doing this again. So. Anyway, that's going to be all for today for this game. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time.